let's go.
We're sleepy today.
So sleepy. Did I finish this? I didn't. Ugh, this shit is gross when it gets warm. It is the premiere.
Which Mari's influencing right now. So
just everybody. So
what flavor is it? Just chocolate? Oh, peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
I see.
Yeah, peanut butter cup.
There was like a birthday cake one too that I saw.
I'm scarred for life from like 2015 when birthday cake like exploded and everyone every protein thing was like birthday cake and I just had it too much and now I'm like like I like shudder.
There was a peppermint mocha one. Did you get that one?
Oh, this?
I'm assuming it was like I guess Christmas flavor.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it or order it.
I just got Alani
from Vitamin Shop.
Mocha candy cane protein.
Is it good?
Yes. However, I tried to make it like a hot chocolate, right? Like I boiled almond milk and tried to make it like hot chocolate. It didn't dissolve great. And I used
because it's too hot. Because it's too hot. So what you would do is just take the milk, put the scoop in, like stir it together, and then put it in the microwave.
Oh,
Protein doesn't mix. If it like reaches like a certain heat, I don't know what it is, but then it clumps and does not mix well.
Yeah.
So just do that.
Scoops them off the top and I was like, but it's good cold too. Like it's actually really good cold as just like a protein shake. There's little baby marshmallows in it and little chunks of candy cane.
Bring me a scoop.
You want some? Okay.
Yeah. You want some? Yes.
Want some?
Yes, I want some. I would like some.
Anyways, welcome back to episode 44.
I was like,
I believe it's 44.
I'm going right now.
It is. Got it. My planner's open. Sorry.
It's like, I was trying to be fast. I was trying to put chapstick on too. What's going on? I feel like like I'm reminded of my whiteness when I put on this chapstick because it's such a like a wider set chapstick and my little baby lips can both fit on it that I'm just like dab it on. It's so fucking huge, but it's good. It's Temps.
Oh, nice.
I love that brand. I got their holiday set and I split it with Tara because she wanted like the little baby one. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'll take the chapstick, whatever. I could always use chapstick because I scatter them around like a fucking a fucking squirrel trying to hide nuts for the winter. I just put chapstick. I put chapstick everywhere. So I got that and I was like, oh, that's nice. But it was like sugared. Oh, it's like sugar candy cane something or like vanilla mint or I don't know what it is, but it doesn't smell like it smells a little minty.
Vanilla.
Yes, it's not vanilla, but it's like something like that.
Okay.
You'll see it at work on Monday. You work Monday, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you'll see it on Monday, but oh my God, it smells so good. And I was worried it was going to be too much of a wintry scent, like that I couldn't use it into, but oh my God, it smells so good. That's a really poor way to describe it that you don't really understand like this, but know that it smells good. I'll have to take a picture of it because people are going to be like, the fuck, Mari, what is the name of it? Anyways, whatever.
Also, today, I'm not drinking booze. Okay. I'm drinking water. I will never not tell people this is not booze after the one session that I had where he thought I was drinking during session.
I know.
Which is still so funny. Like we laugh about it. It's hilarious, but like now I'm self-conscious. Yeah, no, I like, and people, I have like my Alani new things and people are like, what is that? And I'm like, it's a flavored seltzer. It's not alcoholic. It's not a hard seltzer. It is literally, it's an energy drink or a flavored seltzer water. That's it. Swear to God, I'm not drinking during session. Jesus. People are like, I wouldn't care if you would. I'm like,
and I'm like,
my license.
I was like, but this is the only job that I can do though. Like, and let me say that I would want to do. So I can't lose my license. It's also unethical, highly unethical.
Yes.
Anyways, let's chat. Today, we are going to talk about something that is extremely important, right? We wanted to get a few weeks into January to be able to have this conversation, right? Because of New Year's resolutions. So every year, I think great majority of America is like, and possibly the world, but we can speak for America, that everyone likes to set goals and
resolutions, intentions, whatever.
Intentions, yes, whatever verbiage you want to use, and put timelines on them. And really, really go for like the first couple of weeks, maybe a month, maybe even 2 months of the year. And then it just kind of falls by the wayside, right? Because life happens.
Yep.
So we wanted to discuss today how to set realistic goals, set realistic timelines, what it looks like if you don't achieve the goal in those timelines, and also really working on having this gratitude mindset towards the work that you are doing to be able to keep up the continued pursuit of those goals or intentions or whatever you're setting. So let's first discuss chapter 1, how to set realistic goals.
Yes.
Stephanie.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you set goals?
So when I followed suit and started doing my goals and gratitudes like you do, I don't separate them into long-term and short-term goals, right? I just set them as goals. Some have timelines, some do not. Some they're not even like time sensitive, right? They're just, I would like to achieve it by a certain date. I also think about it in terms of therapy goals, right? Because we have to set short-term and long-term goals with people too. When I'm looking at a goal, I'm looking at, is this something I truly believe that I can do, right? If I were to set a goal of, I'm going to make $1 million in 2 months, that's not real, right? That's not an attainable, achievable goal. I am setting myself up to fail.
Absolutely.
Miserably, right?
Horribly.
I no longer set goals of, I want to lose X amount of pounds by X amount of date, because my issue is that I become obsessed with numbers and then it becomes a problem and that's not healthy for me. Right. So whether it be, I want to wear this certain outfit that I bought that doesn't fit me or whatever, like I use different forms of measurement for those kinds of things. I also try to keep it to where I'm giving myself a reasonable amount of goals, where it's not like I don't write 27 goals a day, because that's overwhelming, right? Yes. If I make it to 10, great. If I do 12, that's okay. If I do 8, that's also okay. I am trying to be very consistent and conscientious of my goals, because here's the thing. The power of writing things down is that it's then at the forefront of your brain. Right? I can wake up and be like, hey, my goal for today is this. And in 15 minutes, I'm going to forget what the fuck I told myself my goal was for that day.
Yes.
Because like you said, life happens. I'm a mom. I have a job. I have 87 things going through my head every day. So when you write them down, it's at the forefront of your brain of like, this is what I'm working towards. This is what I'm going to do to get there. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
What's the most important thing for you when you're setting goals?
So let me ask you, not caveat, what the fuck? It doesn't even make sense. Shut up. I'm also really depressed that I don't have an energy drink right now. Tara left some here and I was going to drink one. And I'm like, I like energy drinks. I should have those in my house. Anyways, just let ADHD moment. In my house. Well, you don't drink coffee anymore. And I had coffee, but I had like 4 shots of espresso today. So I really don't need any more caffeine. Like I need to chill the fuck out. Like I can feel my body buzzing. So like have some water, bitch. Anyways, sidebar. So when you do your goals and gratitudes, do you do your goals for the day, or do you do goals that sometimes span over maybe you don't have a set amount of time, but like,
so all of my goals
that's not like achievable in the day.
Yes. That's how all of my goals are, right? They're like the ultimate goals I have for myself currently of like,
yes. Okay.
Not fortune telling, right? But like, future things.
Yes. Okay. Now what did you ask me?
What is important to you when you're setting goals?
That I have a win. I have to have a win. So my goals are set like how you set your goals, right? So like I first started doing this because I listened to a Rachel Hollis podcast where she reads the intro for her Start Today journal. I'm not into cancel culture. However, I don't necessarily like to align myself with where she's at right now in her life. I'm obviously a therapist. I think that people can change. I just realistically don't like where she has kind of set herself up. So but that's where I was first exposed to that method. But then when we read Atomic Habits, or when I read it, he talked about towards the end of the book that a lot of people do this, that this isn't something new, that people write goals as if they have already happened in order to train your brain to think and be in the pursuit of that goal. So you are living as such, right? So if I'm writing down, I want to be a millionaire, I'm not, but this is just the easiest way to do it. If I'm writing down, I want to be a millionaire, my brain is starting to believe and then act as if I am a millionaire. So how do millionaires act? My assumption would be is that they're very conscious of their money and their spending habits and what they're doing and putting money away and investing and doing all of these things, because people don't just, most people don't just fall into money. Most people don't just make a product and then all of a sudden they make this much money. It's that, there's investing, there's saving, there's all these different things that go into that goal, right? But you're training your brain to believe as such. So for me, I know that I like to have wins. I like instant gratification. So sometimes it's not easy for me to set goals where I don't necessarily know the outcome. But I also have challenged that this past year. And when I am setting goals, that I'm training myself to understand that when it happens, it doesn't matter, because I haven't done my review yet. Today is New Year's Eve, guys. So we are recording this pretty early because, as you know, we batch episodes. My goal, though, on a different podcast, or what I had stated, was that I was going to review my journals and kind of review how or what I accomplished from the goals and gratitudes I've written all year. And I know for sure that I've achieved probably like half of them that I set for myself, which I'm going to reflect on and have gratitude towards, because that is important to me, of setting up that win for myself and validating that, right? But like realistically, I just changed a couple of mine, but like I had that I move my body daily, which I know that I do. And like something I struggle with is tracking my food, but I want to get better at it. So I've got that in there, but I have tracked my food 5 out of 7 days. So I'm not going to say I'm going to track my food every single day. That's not realistic for me. But realistically, during the week, I meal prep. So if I track one day, I could theoretically track 5 days pretty easily, because I'm eating the same things. And like my very first one, I don't use my credit cards for once. So like that's something that I've been pretty solid on the past year, where that used to be such a huge issue for me, of like, I want this. But realistically, I may use it for things that I want, but I know that I have the money then to pay that credit. I pay it off when I get home after I transfer money. So it's not, I'm not excessively spending, I should say. Like that's the reinforcement. So those are like the kind of wins that I have on there. But realistically, I started changing them more to challenge me a bit more, right? To kind of go further from those immediate wins, or ones that I know that I'm going to get, because to me, that's for me and me only. That is not stepping out of my comfort zone, and nothing great happens inside your comfort zone. You just stay stagnant, and I'm not interested in being stagnant. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And when you asked if I wrote daily goals, I didn't think about this, because I think of it more as like reminders, right? But if I tell a client I'm going to do something, I write it down so then I can check it off, right? Or if I have a meeting that I have to attend, or if I have, the expectation for both of us to market the masterclasses, I write that down. That's a goal for today, is that I make a story and I make a post for the masterclass, and then I can check it off, right? I'm not setting myself up to fail by giving myself unrealistic expectations, right? And that's not to say that you shouldn't shoot for the stars and have great goals and have great expectations. You can absolutely do that. But here's what I'm not here for. You fucking berating yourself and beating yourself up when you don't meet that goal in the first 15 seconds of the day.
Absolutely.
I'm not here for it. Absolutely. I did that.
And how successful were you?
Exactly right.
And that's the thing, like some of these goals that I have of, I am a centered partner. Well, typically it has been, I am a centered partner. I'm now changing that to, I am a partner who communicates effectively, because I am centered. I'm now struggling to communicate effectively.
Yeah.
I am clamming up for no reason. Like there's literally no fucking reason. Stop. And then the other one is, I'm a patient mother. It's something that I struggle with daily. That is not going to be a battle that is won overnight. That is something that I need to remind myself of daily. Like that's not something I'm going to win immediately. So those are the types of things. And yes, I do the same thing of like things that I need to check off. Here's the thing. I put everything on my reminder list. Literally. I've got record on there. I knew we were going to record, but I've got it on there because guess what? Checking it off, I feel productive, and productivity releases dopamine. Yep. Dopamine is a happiness chemical. Learn how to hack these chemicals, guys. Theoretically, it doesn't have to be like, wow, I was able to weigh myself today and I'm down 15 pounds and that is the only way that I can validate my worth. No, fuck that. I set out to accomplish a list and I fucking did it. Boom, done.
Here's the other thing, you guys. There is no goal that is too small.
Literally.
As a therapist, we literally work with people who struggle to take a shower every day.
Yes.
Who struggle to brush their teeth, who struggle to get dressed. So you know what kind of goals we set? I want you to brush your teeth 3 times this week.
Literally.
And then you work up from that. Like, it might sound ridiculous, but that's actually true. Right?
Yes.
And so also, a win for them is
judgment at the door, right?
Yes.
Because where somebody is in their life and is not maybe where you are, leave your judgment at the door.
Yep.
So setting goals, of how to set realistic goals, what I think and what I like to do is I like to look over 5 years. Who do I want to be in 5 years? What does that look like? And being very vivid with what that is. Like, what do I wear? What do I drive? What do I dress like? What, what do my friends look like? Like in terms of like emotions, not like literally what do they look like? That is not important to me, but like characteristics that my friends carry. What are they like? What is my relationship like with my daughter? What do I do for fun? What are hobbies that I have? I like to explore everything, what that looks like, get it down on paper. And then from there, start to pull things that are really important to me from that visualization session, right? So what's important from that visualization session? And then what are 10 goals that I can write down as if they've already happened to get me to that person in 5 years?
Sure.
And then take it a step further of the one goal, like the one goal that rules them all. What is one thing that is going to make that I can do daily that would help me start to achieve all of those goals? And mine has been, and I think will always be, is I am mindful in my decisions. Because realistically, if I am making mindful decisions, that is tying into how I react as a mother, how I react as a partner, how much money I save, how I am mindful about treating my body, what I'm eating, how I'm working out. Like it plays into literally everything.
Sure.
So that's what I do. And then I write my 3 gratitudes under it. So I think that if you have a visualization session about like, what do I want to accomplish in the next 5 years? What do I want my life to look like? How do I want to behave? How do I want to act? Like, what are characteristics that I think are important for me? Get that all down on paper and then narrow that shit down.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. Have you gotten to a point when you've, over the past like 6, 7, 8 months that you've been doing this, where you were just like, I'm going to take this one off because I don't want to work towards it anymore. It's not important to me. Or okay.
Yeah. When I did it,
were you
I started
with yourself?
No, I started this like 2 years ago. And on there, I was thinking in my head before I started my own business, in my head, I was like, oh, I can't just be a therapist the rest of my life. I don't think that I can do this. It's not feasible. Like, I'm going to burn out quickly. I can't see 40 clients a fucking week. I just can't. It's not sustainable. No. So I was like, okay, what is something that I like to do that I could do? And I was like, I really like yoga. I really like fitness. I was like, I want to be a fitness instructor. I want to do something fitness related. And then I was like, as like it kept going on, it felt more inauthentic to keep it on there because I had started my business. I had started working towards that. It started to become feasible that I wasn't going to have to see, like financially, I wasn't going to have to see 40 people per week. I wasn't going to have to do all of these extra things. And then it is feasible to stay a therapist for longer because I love what I do. I don't want to be anything else. I don't want to. I literally, like, I don't. When I say that I'm not good at anything else, I don't mean like literally I couldn't learn something else or be good at it. I don't fucking want to. I don't. So I took that off and I was like, yeah, I think that was just a means to an end, like trying to figure out how to make life more sustainable. But then I thought about all of the things that kind of play into that after having started my own business. Like, I don't want to work for anyone else. I don't want to answer to anyone else. I don't want to abide or play by someone else's rules. I don't want to do that.
Sure.
So I took it off. I've had like weight ones on there that I've taken off because like you have realized that I just hyperfixate on the scale or hyperfixate being mean to myself, and that's not where I'm at. I am more than my body. I'm more than what my body looks like. I'm more than what I look like in certain clothes, and realistically, other people's opinions of me in different clothes or what I look like at this stage in my life isn't serving for me. Yeah. It's not going to pay my bills. It's not going to make me a better mother. It's not going to make me a better partner. So what the fuck? Like, it doesn't matter. And that's like something I have to keep telling myself and keep at the forefront of my mind. But realistically, like, that's not healthy for me. Mm-hmm. I'm spending all my time and energy and attention on that versus the other goals, which are way more fucking important. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't care if I'm 130 and still like 130 pounds and if fit in a size 4 and I'm still working 70 hours a week. Like, I'm not happy. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah.
What do you do when you are working towards a goal to motivate yourself? I don't even like that word.
I hate it. I was like, bitch, back up.
I know. What do you do when you're working towards a goal to build confidence to keep going?
Start small. And so that looks like with DBT, building mastery. You start with something that you know that you can do. Mm-hmm. And you continuously show up. Consistency wins every time. Consistency will beat effort every single time. Mm-hmm. If I work out 5 days a week for 15 minutes a day, that is instilling that neural pathway more so than doing an 80-minute workout 1 day a week.
Yep.
So
I didn't start working out and be able to lift X amount of weight the first day I started.
Literally. Nobody's benching 300 off the bat, okay? Nobody's running a marathon off the bat. You have to build up to it. You have to. Yes. And you have to understand that there will be failures along the way. I just posted this to my Facebook Be the Change account because I did a ride yesterday on Peloton with Tunde. It was a 20-minute low impact ride. And I was just kind of doing it as like my rest day. And she said, and it was such a vibey ride, right? Like, I really don't like the vibes were there, but like, it was such a like, hey, like towards the end, she was like, whatever you were needing to let go, it's gone. It doesn't live here anymore. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what I needed to let go, but I do feel like I let something go. I was like, it is gone. It doesn't live here anymore. And I was like, I don't know what it was, but it's gone. Maybe self-doubt. Who knows? Who is she? But she said, building your confidence doesn't look like winning all the time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, let me fall off this bike. I was like, oh my God, what? Replay it. And then she said another thing, or no, one of the other instructors in the stretch that I did said something, and I obviously ADHD, I'm going to have to go back and do the stretch again and listen to it because I didn't write it down, so it's gone. But it was just just something that you needed to hear in that moment. You're not going to win every time. You're not. You're human. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. That is part of the learning process and the goal process. You have to understand what works and what doesn't. Stephanie and I have learned that. There have been failures in this recording. I don't want to say business in this podcast journey. There have been failures. We have messed up. We have done, a recording session that we were like, that sucks. We're not putting that one out. Like, there have been moments, but it's more so looking at, okay, what did this, I don't even want to say setback because I don't think it's a setback. What did this detour bring us? What is the lesson that we learned?
What did we learn from it?
And then how do we proceed going forward? That to me, I think is the most important, is understanding that you aren't going to magically warp into this goal that you have. Like, when we talk about manifesting and writing those things down, when we're talking about it, we're not saying just write down these things that you want to happen and oh my God, magically it's going to happen. No, it's the same thing as these goals and gratitudes. Like, I look at my goals as my manifestations daily of reaffirming to myself that this is where I want to be. This is the type of person I want to look like. This is the type of life I want to live. And now I need to behave as such as day in, day out process to get to that point. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I think the big key also, excuse me, is being grateful for and recognizing your fucking effort.
Yes.
Your fucking effort. Each day that you take a step forward toward whatever fucking goal you're working toward, be grateful for that because you are moving in the direction of achieving that goal. And we were talking about this earlier and I was saying, so if I tell myself, one of my goals is that I obtain a certain amount of consistent weekly clients in my business every week. So if each day or even each week I get one new client, that's one more towards that goal that I'm trying to get to.
Yes.
I am grateful as fuck every time that happens because I'm one step closer towards my goal. Instead of being like, well, I only got one client and I really wanted 4. Bitch, shut the fuck up. 1 is better than none.
Yes. Consistency wins every time. Consistently building that caseload over a certain period of time is going to produce the results that you want. Here's the thing. If something is to happen immediately, it's going to be overwhelming. You're not easing into it. 4 clients in a fucking week, new ones, is exhausting.
It's a lot.
I'm not saying that you wouldn't be grateful for it. Also, though, that takes a toll.
Yes.
So getting a goal or something, meeting a goal or something immediately, like it takes a toll. You have to be able to understand that slow and steady wins the race. There's a reason we fucking preach that to kids at, I don't know, whatever age you start telling them the tortoise and the hare story. But like realistically, slow and steady wins the race. I will always be grateful. Like, so when we're talking about gratitudes, I don't write the same gratitudes daily. I change them. They have to change. So I attempt to make them different every single time. When I'm explaining this to clients, though, after doing this for almost 2 years, I'm going to hit a stalemate where I'm going to repeat things. Here's the thing, that type of mentality in the, if I get a new client, because that was my goal, those were my goals for a while of like, I want to hit 20 clients, blah, 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 blah. I've hit that goal. I've superseded that goal, but I was always and will always be grateful for a new client. I will always be grateful that somebody trusts me to do this journey with them. I will always be grateful that clients show up and provide me this ability to do what I love every day. Like that does not fall short on me and never will. I'm blessed and afforded to be able to do something I love day in, day out. So I will always call gratitude and attention to that when that happens. But then I usually try to tack on another one just in case.
I always change my gratitudes based on what I'm thinking about that day. Or like this morning, one of my gratitudes was like, I'm grateful to be recording because I get to see you and spend time with you. Right. Like I will always be grateful for that because it's best friend time. So I think people can easily get caught up in what is not going well versus what is, right? Here's the underlying, like overarching, I'm not really sure which one it is, theme. It all comes down to how you're fucking thinking about it and talking to yourself about it, you guys, just like anything else. This is still mindset work. If every day you're waking up and looking at your goals, and you're like, I fucking didn't do it again, or I didn't get to do this. Okay, well, you're focusing on what isn't going right. And guess what you're going to see all fucking day? Everything that's not going right. You're going to feel like the world is against you because those are the glasses that you're wearing. Absolutely. The negative, everything is terrible fucking glasses. We're going to take those off. Not saying put on the rose colored or the fucking rainbow ones, but let's put on some little clearer ones where we can see things for what they are and appreciate. Okay, but this happened today and that's one step closer to my goal. I showed up and I marketed myself. That's one step closer to my goal. Like, let's appreciate the fucking journey.
Find the neutrality. Find the neutrality in the day. That is what gratitudes bring us. When I'm looking at the day, what made my day easier or what brought neutrality to the day versus whatever. Like right now, this morning I just woke up in a funk. I'd feel off. And so my gratitudes were coffee. We got paid early, and Old Madrid, which is a restaurant in Racine that we ordered food for tonight because it's New Year's Eve. We ordered it yesterday because last year we tried to order it the day of and we didn't get it. And so I like set in my mind of like, okay, let's order the food and we'll just heat it up tomorrow. I'm grateful for those things. They may appear like superficial things, but those are the things that I can reach for today that are going to serve me today.
Well, and maybe they bring you happiness.
Right. And maybe tomorrow they will be deeper. Maybe they'll be less superficial. Maybe they'll be superficial. I'm not making judgments on what is cultivating happiness or neutrality in my life. I'm not, because judging myself, is that effective? Exactly. What does that bring me? That brings questions, concerns, doubt, all of that. I don't need to doubt where I am. I know where I am. I know I'm exactly where I need to be because writing these things feels good. Writing them and being able to achieve the things that I've achieved, like that's not just because it happened to me. It's because I put the fucking work in and have lived as such to embody what my goals have been. So that's the important part is doing the gratitude towards the work too, setting that up. Like all of this, everything in life is going to come back to mindset. And if you don't have the mindset for it, well, then I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Yes. And if you're unwilling to change that mindset, I don't know what to tell you.
Your pride doesn't live here. It doesn't fucking live here. Exit stage left. Pride and ego do not fucking get things done.
You are in control of what you do with your thoughts and how you talk to yourself. And I can't even tell you the amount of times somebody has told me it's hard or I can't. Yes, the fuck you can. You have to make a choice.
It's a choice.
You have to make an active choice to change your inner dialogue.
Yes.
Going from one way to another. And here's the thing. It's not going to be like I challenge my thoughts once and I'm fucking golden. It is
Literally.
a consistent effort.
Yes. Yes.
And we will tell you constantly that, is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to be worth it? Absolutely.
Every
without
single
question.
Time.
Without question.
Time. I am so looking forward to being able to reflect on where I have come from the beginning of the year and what my goals were and what I have achieved and what I have accomplished. I am so looking forward to that, because that is where that reaffirmation of I'm doing the fucking work.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I need to be doing because I am achieving what I set out to. I may not have gotten it the first fucking week or day or whatever, but I trusted the process. Here's the thing. What's the harm? What's the harm in trusting the process? Shoot for the star, shoot for the moon, and you land among the stars. Okay. You're still in a better place than I was 12 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I am. Were there challenges? Absolutely. Were there hard days? Yes. Here's the thing. You can restart your day at any point in time.
Mm-hmm.
You do not need to wait for the next day. You don't need to wait for Monday. You literally don't. It is about your mindset. And if you can't flip it, because I'm not talking about this bullshit positive shit
right.
where it's like, well, I fucking hate today. Okay, well, I love today. I'm not asking for that, but I'm asking you to be like, today is a day like any other. And you know what? When I go to bed, it's going to reset and it's going to be a better day.
Yep.
That's the neutrality. Find the neutrality. It doesn't necessarily need to be this fake shit.
Think about like fitness challenges too. When I first started with challenges, which was almost 3 years ago, I would beat myself up if I missed a day. I'd beat myself up if I didn't finish the calendar. Yes. I would tell myself like, what the fuck is the point? I may as well just start over next month. Like what?
And have how many missed opportunities and wasted opportunities? Like, are you
such
kidding?
All or nothing cognitive error thinking, right?
Yes.
That's not how the world works. Okay. If I was off one day and I just didn't feel it, or for whatever reason I didn't work out, guess what? Tomorrow's a new day. Or even 12 hours later is a new day. You can still get shit done.
Literally. I set myself up probably for failure for December, because I was going to do the streaking challenge. I wanted to do this core challenge. I wanted to do the hardcore stack, and I wanted to do a yoga challenge. Did I accomplish any of them? No. But did I do workouts and achieve and switch my focus and thinking and achieve other things? Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I do a stack with Peloton daily of this group that this woman takes her time, her precious time, and puts it all together for all of us. Bless her soul. But they were repeating a lot of workouts that I had already done. So I was like, well, that's not serving me. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the workouts that I have bookmarked that I thought looked interesting or cool or fit with my time and achieve those. And that's what I did. So like I would, instead of beating myself up for not sticking to the calendar or not doing the yoga challenges, how about that I was able to experience new workouts that I really liked. And that brought me, like Peloton does like these little badges like Apple Watch does. So it brought me some new badges and things that was exciting. And I was able to hit certain milestones for my strength workouts and whatnot. And like, so I had a whole different experience. But had I stayed in this negative mindset of, oh, I didn't fucking do this, or I didn't do this today, and I didn't show up in this way, like then I wouldn't have ever switched my thinking to go to the other, or, leaning into the other things that I could do and how I could show up for myself. Like that's the important part, is switch your thinking.
Well, and speaking of like the badges, right? So a lot of us have fitness trackers, and it is very easy to get obsessed with the calories you burn, the badges you get, right? Like
mine's the badges, not the calories.
But here's the thing.
Yes.
When I started working out 6 years ago, I had no fucking idea how many calories I was burning, and I still felt like a bad bitch for working out.
Yes. And
so it floors me. Not that it floors me, because like when I first got the watch, I was like, oh my God, this calorie burn is fucking stupid. That was basically like nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's changed for me. Because here's the thing, moving my body more than not moving my body is what matters.
Literally, I move my body for 20 minutes. That's more important than like I move my body instead of watching a show on Netflix.
Yep.
I poured into myself. It was an act of self-love. I was solidifying that I was important enough to get up and to move my body and show my body that because I can do these things, because I'm afforded that, I'm grateful for it.
Yep.
Like I can use my legs, and I'm going to, and I'm grateful for that opportunity.
Yep.
I get caught up in the badges, but I think that's just, I don't measure my worth.
It's a reward. No, it's a reward. When I started running in 2018, I would only do 5Ks where I got a fucking medal, because I need you to tell me that I did a good job, and I need proof that I did a good job.
Yeah, I still only do that. I'm not running just for fucking fun. No, like, no, I want a medal, period. Like, what? It's dumb.
And like, is it cool to see like changes in your time? Yeah. My thing was like, I have fucking hated running my whole life. And at the age of 34, I was enjoying it. So I was proud of that. Right. Yes. Like I was proud of the fact that I was doing these 5Ks and completing them. That's all I was focused on. I was not focused on like running 6-minute miles.
No, and I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
Never.
Realistically, with the way that my body is set up,
I can confidently say I will never run a 6-minute mile.
No, I can't. My legs are too little. They don't go that fast. They don't stretch that long. It doesn't make sense. Like, what the fuck? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. But so realistically, what we are attempting to have you guys get out of this, I was going to say session, this podcast. I mean, basically this podcast recording is one, how to set realistic goals, right? And you have to figure out what is important to you to be able to do that. I can't tell you I could tell you what's important to me, but I can't tell you what's important for you. And you have to understand it's going to change. It is going to change. Take off what doesn't serve you. These goals aren't set in stone. It's not like you have to have them for the whole year. Try them out for 2 weeks. And if you don't fucking like them, take them off and make new ones. There's no right or wrong way to do this. That's the important part to keep in mind. What works for you? Set realistic timelines and understand that if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
That doesn't mean you throw away the goal. It just means you either change the timeline or take the timeline off. We have goals for the podcast of reaching a certain amount of streams because we think that's cool, right?
Yes.
If it doesn't happen by the time, if it doesn't happen by the time we would like it to happen, that doesn't mean we're not still going to strive for more streams.
It doesn't mean that I'm going to quit recording. Yes. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Throw in the garbage. We're done.
I'm over it. Not effective because we didn't reach the number of streams I wanted. What is it? Whatever. It doesn't make any sense to me. Dumb. So, and here's the thing. You're the one setting the expectations. You're the one setting the expectation of meeting a goal at a certain time. Here's the thing. You can change your fucking expectations. Oh my God. Novel concept. You can change the expectations that you're setting. It doesn't necessarily matter when it's achieved. It matters that you're consistently showing up, attempting to achieve that goal. That's it. That's what matters. That you are living in such a way that is supporting who you want to be. That's what I care about. I don't give a fuck if it's done in 2022 or 2029. I don't care. And praise yourself for when you make steps towards that goal, no matter how little it is, because any step forward is a step.
Yep.
You have to understand that any step forward is a step in the right direction. So do it to it. Guys, do it to it. If you need to reach us, which we would love if you did, to reach out and give us any types of concerns, comments, questions, podcast ideas, anything that you want or that you feel is on your heart, reach out to us. Steph is at SpookyFitMom13. I am at BEA_XO11. We are at Rewriting Her Story Podcast on Instagram, and that is our Gmail handle. So rewritingherstorypodcast@gmail.com. Email or DM us on Instagram. It literally doesn't matter. Yeah. I feel good about this. This is a good one. This is one that you should bookmark and come back to, guys. I'm just saying.
1,000,000%, especially if you're feeling defeated for whatever reason or feeling like you're not making progress. Like you're just for whatever reason viewing it in a way that you feel like you're not, and you can change that.
Here's the thing. Even if you haven't made any forward progress on the goal, the fact that you are coming back and attempting to reaffirm that renewed energy to work towards the goal is progress.
Yes.
So if you need us, contact us. We love you guys. And we will see you next time on Rewriting Her Story Podcast.
Dun.
I'm Mari Hoagland, signing out.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.